call this meeting to order. Welcome everybody. Chris Harding, President of the Board. I'd also like to introduce our newest board member, Mayor Aaron Brown, Forest Park. I'll just note we swore in Aaron at a committee meeting the other week, so we just welcome him to the board. You've got a wealth of experience that we really look forward to gleaning from, and I really see you as a champion. I know there's been so many great things that have come from the branch that we built up in Forest Park, and you've been such an amazing evangelizer of the great work that we did up there. So we hope that you can continue to do that for us, and we've got a lot of work cut out for you. So and big shoes to fill with Judge Allen's seat. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Molly.
Okay.
Please call the roll.
Okay. Mayor Brown.
Here.
Mr. Harding.
Here.
Mr. Hendon.
Here.
Ms. Redden.
Here. Denise is going to
Okay.
introduce herself and
All right.
welcome us to our branch.
We will move to Denise then. Thank you.
Welcome everyone to Blue Ash Branch. I'm Denise Scretchen. I'm the branch manager here. Pleased to host you this evening. I hope you can take a moment to check out the branch. We have some cool Lego creations that are in the children's area and some nice Jim Borgman prints. And when you go on your Jim Borgman scavenger hunt, just a little tip, you've got to look up to find the prints.
Okay. Then, if you want to, I can do my report. You can
Sure.
move to alter the agenda.
Yeah, we're going to move the agenda really quick, so
Yeah.
please, Paula, go ahead with your report.
Hi, everybody. I am Paula Brumheger. I'm the library's Eva Jane Romaine-Coombe director. Briefly give my report, which is information only. As Board President Harding noted, we are very pleased to welcome Mayor Brown to the board. And I am going to go ahead, with your indulgence, and do a quick, do a quick review of Mayor Brown's biography here. He was appointed as a trustee to our library in October of 25 by the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners. It is a 4-year term, so Mayor Brown is serving October 1 of this year through September 30th of 2029. He'll serve that 4-year term, and then he currently also serves as the chair of the Operations Committee and a member of the Development and Strategy Committees. He is the 17th mayor of the city of Forest Park, Ohio, which is the second largest city in Hamilton County. Youngest person to hold that title. He serves on 2 city committees, Planning and Economic Development Commission. Using his planning knowledge to improve the community, he strives to bring new energy and vision to the city, focusing on community and economic development by creating new jobs and homes in Forest Park. Since taking office, Mayor Brown has initiated several major initiatives, including creating new community events, authoring legislation to decriminalize marijuana possession, and directing the city to establish its first community improvement corporation. Under his leadership, the city began acquiring vacant and underperforming land for future housing and business development. Outside of public office, he has a long history of volunteer work on several boards, and I will note this is pretty impressive, including serving as a founding board member of the New Leaders Council of Southwestern Ohio. He formerly served on the Mill Creek Alliance Board of Directors, the Cincinnati Young Black Professionals, and the Urban League Young Professionals of Greater Southwest Ohio. He's a graduate of the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio African American Leadership Development Program, Class 29, and a member of the 3rd cohort of the Obama Foundation Leaders USA 2526 program. Aaron is a graduate of Miami University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science, a minor in Criminal Justice, and an Associate of Arts in Social Sciences. He holds a master's degree from the University of Cincinnati in Community Planning with a focus on community and economic development. So welcome, Mayor Brown, and I echo the thanks for your support of the branch in Forest Park. Moving on, Veterans Day. Planning is underway for the 67th Annual Veterans Day commemoration on Tuesday, November 11th at Main Library. The event will include keynote remarks from Hamilton County Vietnam War veterans, patriotic music, posting of the colors, a wreath presentation, commemorative keepsakes, and a luncheon that is sponsored by the Friends of the Library and the Veteran Service Commission. Guests will also have the opportunity to visit the Story Center at the Main Library. Also like to note that the Urban Libraries Council, as noted in our August 2025 Director's Report, our city and library are, for the first time, hosting the Urban Libraries Council Annual Leadership Forum this year. We're excited to welcome more than 250 public library leaders from across North America this October 22nd through 24th. Also, please note, there is a waiting list, so we couldn't even accommodate all the library leaders that wanted to come to Cincinnati and see our new main library, so that's very exciting. The Black Music Walk of Fame documentary showing in collaboration with Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reese. We're going to host a showing of the recent documentary on the creation and launch of Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. The showing is scheduled for 6:45 November 20th at the Forest Park branch. I feel like Forest Park is the star of the show today. Legislative update. I will note that as of the writing of this report, this is what's happening, but it's a very active General Assembly, so this is a moving landscape. So the Ohio General Assembly is back in session. Since returning, the Ohio Senate voted to override Governor DeWine's line item veto, that was veto 66, which prohibits certain types of local government and school levies. This followed the House's vote to override that veto in July. As a result, the authority to propose replacement levies has been removed, with the new language being effective in 90 days. The change does not impact libraries seeking a replacement levy this November. However, the replacement levy option will no longer be available for libraries going to the ballot beginning in 2026. It is worth noting that our library does not have a replacement levy. The Ohio House held hearings on several property bills, including House Bill 137, which would authorize a taxing authority to decline to submit a requested library levy or general health district levy to voters. Essentially, the bill changes language in the revised code from shall to may. And House Bill 186 and House Bill 335, while neither of these bills directly impacts public libraries at this time, they are significant because they illustrate ongoing legislative efforts to amend laws in an attempt to lower property taxes across the state. I will also note, since writing this, I have just today submitted written testimony in opposition of House Bill 137 and that change because it is going in front of a committee. So we continue to monitor that and make everyone aware of what's happening. Also worth noting that the governor's property tax working group, which I believe we have discussed before, created after the governor line item vetoed those several property tax provisions included in the state budget bill, has now issued 20 recommendations. Recommendations that would impact libraries include refining the process and definition of county budget commissions, including a timeline from when a levy is passed to when a budget commission could reduce said levy, limit carryover for all taxing districts to 100%, and any carryover balance over 100% would need to be justified in writing to the satisfaction of the county budget commission. County commissioners should review and reject or approve any levies being placed on the ballot by countywide non-elected entities, so a library, a public library like us. Encourage the governor to form a working group to look at and analyze the efficiencies at the various levels of government. The fate of these recommendations, as well as the proposed bills currently in various stages of consideration by the General Assembly, is unclear right now, particularly in light of the continued efforts across the state to gather signatures in support of a ballot initiative next November, potentially seeking to eliminate property taxes in Ohio. It is crucial for our library and all of Ohio public libraries to monitor the proposed tax legislation, as changes in these areas could deeply impact Ohio's public libraries, us, in the future. Finally, on a slightly different note, as of September 30th, several important provisions from the state budget, House Bill 96, take effect, including changes to library trustee terms and new cybersecurity reporting requirements. So the library trustee term changes from 7 years to 4 years. So as I noted, Mayor Brown is a 4-year appointment, but all of the other trustees currently here will continue to serve out their 7-year appointment, which is what it was previously. Public libraries, along with other local government entities, must comply with new cybersecurity incident reporting requirements. So those are now in effect. Finally, let me move this on down. I will note a couple of recognitions and presentations on my part. I was selected as this year's ASPA-GCC, which is the American Society for Public Administrators Greater Cincinnati Chapter Career Achievement Award. The award recognizes an executive or leader who's had a positive and significant impact during their public service career of at least 25 years. The award event occurred at the same time as our Stern lecture, but I was able to briefly stop it and say thank you in person and provided a short video of thanks. In early November, I also presented as part of the Library Journal's webinar, Leading Through Disruption, How Public Libraries Adapt, Innovate, and Thrive for a National Audience. And that, Mr. Harding, concludes my report.
Thank you. Well, congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And on the other note, I know we went through it this summer during the state budget fight. So as you can see, the fight's not over. So certainly want to make sure that our staff, our patrons, our supporters are well aware of what's coming down the pipeline as we might be needing to go up to Columbus again to lobby some more. So thank you all for your diligence. Please pay attention, and we will continue the fight. Thank you. Yep. All right. Next, we'll move to public comment. Opening remarks here. Let me just. I'm going to read this part here.
I think
Okay.
so.
So for in-person public comments, the Board of Trustees and Cincinnati Hamilton County Public Library Board welcomes public input in its deliberations. The board further recognizes both the importance of public comment on issues before the board and the ability of members of the community to express their views on matters of interest to the library. We do have a full public participation policy, which includes a 3-minute limit on comments. Please remember that public comments are for us to listen to you and your fellow community members. It is unlikely we'll make any remarks immediately. We need a chance to reflect on your comments, research subjects, and of course, to consider any relevant legal codes and issues. We will set an alarm for 3 minutes and will alert the speaker that their time has expired. We ask commenters to be civil, and those addressing the board are expected to observe a level of civility and decorum appropriate for a public meeting and refrain from vulgar, profane, or harassing remarks. The president of the board may terminate any presentation deemed not to adhere to these standards.
Also say this right up here, this right here, comments received.
Yep, comments received electronically to the clerk of the board will be memorialized in the meeting minutes. So for those that are here for public comment,
I think we have a sign-in sheet.
Just we have one.
Yes.
just one, okay. This Botos?
Yeah.
Kate Botos? All right.
I think. Okay, Kate, I'm going to start the timer for 3 minutes, and we'll just, it's on the screen there, so it should make a noise, but if not, we'll shout and get it.
Good afternoon. My name is Kate Botos. I am the Madisonville Community Council President. I have been president off and on for the past 8 years. I'm here today to address the Board of Trustees about the sale of the former library building in Madisonville. We have formally submitted our request for proposal. We feel that as a community, our proposal is the best option. I am very nervous. I think that goes to speak to the importance of what this means to the community. We've done our due diligence. We have engaged with an accountant, Brixie & Meyer. We have reached out to several potential development partners because we understand we are not a CDC, we are not a developer. We have put the thought and the research into understanding what a project like this not only means for the community, but the financial commitment that that's taking. We're estimating it's going to be potentially upwards of a $2 million renovation. One of the things we want to make sure is that it is ADA, up to ADA regulation. We also want to do our best to ensure that a building that has been in the community for 100 years is still there 100 years from now. So we have engaged with the Cincinnati Preservation Society as well to look at opportunities for what that looks like for the building moving forward. How can we best ensure that the building maintains its integrity, again, while still making sure that the space is usable for the community. To that end, we have also received verbal commitments for financial donations. Thus far, to get the ball rolling, we know it's going to take a capital campaign to move it over the goalpost. Again, when we did the library listening sessions almost 4 years ago, it seems so long, but just yesterday, That was one of the things that came out of those listening sessions, was ensuring that the building that's standing where the initial town hall was for the community maintains as a community space. So we would ask that you just take all of that into consideration as you make your final decisions for the RFP. Thank you.
Thank you. Is anybody else here for public comment before we close? All right, thank you. Yeah, we'll move. You want to go right into executive session?
I think so.
Okay, all right. At this time, the board is going to move to executive session under ORC 121, period 22G3, to consider the sale of property at competitive bidding. Can I please have a second?
Second. Okay, and if you will do your gavel.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me do a roll. Let me
Yeah, let's do a roll call.
Mayor Brown? Yes. Mr. Harding?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon? Yes. Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds? Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Now if you gavel us out.
All right,
Okay.
we'll be back.
Okay, all right.
All right, everybody. I'd like to move to exit executive session.
Okay, Mayor Brown? Yes. Mr. Harding?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon? Yes. Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And at this time, I will turn things over to Ms. Redden for the Facilities and Audit Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. At this time, I would like to discuss the sale of the former Madisonville branch. I would like to get a motion to approve the sale of the former Madisonville branch library located at 4830 Wetzel Avenue, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45227, to the Madisonville Community Council for the price of $585,000, with closing in approximately 210 days from the date of an executed purchase agreement. In addition, authorize the Eva Jane Remain Coon Director to execute all agreements and documents associated with the sale. All details related to the transaction will be reported at a subsequent meeting.
Second.
Mr. Mayor Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Harding?
Yes.
Mr. Hendon?
Yes.
Ms. Redden?
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds? Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Botos.
Carrying on with the Facilities and Finance and Audit Committee report, the main library project update. The main library chillers, cooling tower, and generator replacement work has begun. Turner has mobilized an office in the north building and is working to finalize the schedule. We continue our work with Champlin Architecture and Turner on facade concepts to refresh the 9th Street exterior and provide a clear design connection between the two buildings. The closeout of the main library renovation project is ongoing. Confirm the following change orders to modify the main library renovation, GMP for Turner Construction, and it shows a decrease of $27,000 of credit for cosmetic panels, or acoustic panels. Maybe I should put my reading glasses on. The Delhi branch replacement planning. The design process will begin in late 2025, with hopes of construction beginning in late 2026. The current project is $18 million. We will be working with J.S. Held, SHP, and Turner on this project. We're working with Delhi Township on a temporary location at Township O property. Authorize the Eva Jane Remain Coombe Director to negotiate and execute a lease for the temporary Delhi Township branch during the construction project expected to commence in 2026 and report the details to the board at a subsequent meeting. Branch leases. Confirm the recently executed lease on the Green Hills branch expired September 30, 2025. The new lease has been executed at an increased cost of $6,600 per year for the period of October 1, 2025 to September 30, 2028. Resolution accepting tax levy amount and rate. Approve the following resolution as forwarded by Hamilton County Auditor Jessica Miranda to all county fiscal officers. The following resolution for acceptance of 2026 tax levies and amounts. The resolution is to be approved by a roll call vote and returned to the auditor before October 23, 2025. And the resolution goes on, accepting the rates, and there's a large chart with a 2 font. And be it further
Thing is the 54 million.
54 million, the
210,000.
important number is $54 million.
Yeah.
And could I get a motion and a second, please, on those actions?
You guys are going way too fast for me.
We're just pros.
You
We're
are
just
pros.
taking a breath. I'll take a sip of
Okay,
water.
Mayor Brown.
Yes.
Mr. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. Hendon.
Yes.
Ms. Redden.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rest of the report is for information only. Megan Worth, Capital Planning and Project Manager. Megan joined the library earlier this year as the Capital Planning and Projects Manager. She earned her Bachelor of Science degree in Interior Design from the University of Kentucky. Megan brings over 20 years of experience working in various sectors of interior design, including library design. She is working with Leadership Acceleration and has joined our senior leadership team, in addition to making immediate contributions to the planning for the current projects, including the Avondale branch, Mount Washington branch, and Marymount branch, Oakley branch, and the Miami Township branch. Property acquisition. Sorry, Megan. I was so excited.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert, here's Megan.
Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, board members, fellow library staff, and community members. I am Megan Worth. I am your Capital Planning and Projects Manager for 10 months now. Before I officially joined Cincinnati Hamilton County Public Library, I had been working as a consultant through my previous design firm since 2019. We played a key role in developing the furniture standards and aesthetic palette that brings consistency to all of our branches. When the opportunity came up to apply for the management position in this new department, it was my chance to truly be a part of the library team. In this role, I support our finance and facilities director and manage our construction projects leader. As the title indicates, capital planning projects manager, I lead various aspects of our capital projects, including procurement, design planning, coordination, and supervision, and the support of the library facilities and service departments. I enjoy getting to work closely with our staff across departments, library leadership, outside consultants, and other stakeholders to see projects through completion. The projects that our department has been working on through this year include, and there's a list, reopening the Cheviot branch, which saw an elevator addition, a renovated children's area with play space, a comfortable room for adults to gather and connect near a fireplace feature wall, and a meeting room on the main floor. We have also facilitated the planning for and execution of work at Mount Washington, where a new meeting room is planned in addition to an area for innovative makerspace equipment and a quiet reading and workspace near a new fireplace that coordinates with the existing mosaic tile wall. At Marymount, we are keen to maintain the atmosphere of the existing branch while providing a space for a robust collection. We are adding a much-needed meeting room to assist the branch staff to continue fostering community at the well-attended children and adults programs. The Oakley branch will have an increased number of holds lockers available. We're also planning for an inviting children's area separate from comfortable working spaces for teens and adults, and updated lighting to create a brighter and more welcoming environment. Avondale will have a new program and meeting spaces on the previously underutilized lower level. We are planning an accessible and approachable front entrance while maintaining the character of the original building. Capital planning and projects management is also continuing project procurement, children's play element coordination, construction supervision at the Sims Township branch. We are organizing the new branch in Miami Township and preparing projects for our College Hill and Delhi Township locations. We're moving. Thank you for the chance to introduce myself and to update you on our current projects. Do any of the board members have questions for me?
Thank you.
Good.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to your support as we continue creating welcoming spaces.
Thank you. Okay, back to me. Property acquisition, 1609 West North Bend Road. The due diligence period ended October 12, 2025. There have been no unexpected or significant findings, so we will proceed with closing no later than November 12, 2025. Sims Township Branch. The interior work has advanced significantly. The hard ceilings have been framed, and drywall installation and finishing are about 60% complete. Installation of overhead fire alarm conduit, lighting, and data lines is ongoing, while ductwork, piping, and mechanical units are also being set in place. On the exterior, window frames installation has begun, with the storefront scheduled for late October. Concrete curbs and frost slabs and exterior doors have been poured, and solar panels are being set on the roof. The exterior brickwork and steel canopy elements are now complete. Avondale Branch Maintenance and Renovation. The GMP for the Avondale Branch Maintenance and Renovation was approved for $6,500,000 in August 2025. The actual GMP was recently executed for $5,865,108, which is more in line with our earlier estimates. The construction on-site has commenced. 2025 branch maintenance. The guaranteed maximum agreements for the Sharonville mechanical equipment replacement, which was estimated at $800,000, was executed for $640,308. The remaining pending GMP on this project is for the Madeira branch mechanical equipment replacement, which is estimated at $1.2 million, is expected by the end of November. The 3 branch projects are currently underway with anticipating openings as follows: Oakley, mid-December 2025, Marymount, end of December 2025, Mount Washington, early February 2026. Miami Township branch replacement. The library is working with the architect SMP on the design schedule with plans to complete the design by early 2026, with the GMP bidding and execution immediately after. College Hill branch replacement planning. We'll be working with Emerson Design on this project upon successful completion of closing on the property. The design process will begin immediately with a goal of bidding in February 2026 so that work can begin by the spring with a completion by the end of 2026. The current budget for construction is $4.5 million with a project budget of $6 million exclusive of the purchase price. Miami Township / Cleves branch naming. The administration of the Village of Cleves has requested that the library change the branch name to Cleves Branch Library. In exchange, will work to waive certain fees as they are able. In late 2000, the board took action to streamline the name of the branches. In June 2000, the board authorized changing the following names to reflect the name of the community where the branch was located, and going forward, all new branches in this manner. The name changes approved were as follows: formerly Bonham to Wyoming, Cumminsville to Northside, Lincoln Park to West End, Madeira Indian Hill Kenwood to Madeira, Miami Township to Cleves, North Central to Springfield Township, Northern Hills to College Hill, Parkdale to Forest Park, Sycamore to Blue Ash, Valley to Reading, West Fork to Montford Heights. In August 2000, the board reversed the decision on changing the North Central name. So there must have been calls between June and August. I don't remember those, but I wouldn't have gotten the call. So in December 2000, the board reversed the decision on changing the Miami Township name based on the request from the Miami Township trustees. Okay, the library will seek community input, AKA cover, regarding the potential name change. Yeah, we're going to vote with the M&Ms. With the intent of making a decision in early 2026. Forest Park Branch, Cheviot Branch, and Mount Healthy. The final payment for Forest Park has been made. Can't be repoed now.
Now we got it.
We got the land. Now you can't take it.
That's right.
Shoo! We are working on obtaining the project closeout documentation for the Mount Healthy Branch and Cheviot Branch. And that concludes my lengthy report.
Thank you. All right, now we'll turn things over to Ms. Reynolds for the HR report.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. The Human Resources Committee met on October 6, 2025 at the Downtown Main Library. Committee Chair Paulina Reynolds and Committee Member Gregory W. Olson were in attendance. Board President Christopher A. Harding and staff members Paula Brem-Heger and Kyla Hardin were also in attendance. It is the recommendation of the committee that the board accept the following recommendations. Policy update. As a part of our ongoing commitment to maintain clear, concise, and up-to-date policies that reflect the library's current practices, we have reviewed and revised the harassment and workplace policy and request approval of the updates. First is to approve the revised harassment in the workplace policy as outlined in Exhibit 1. For comparison, the current policy is provided in Exhibit 2. Do you want to make that vote? Do anything now, or?
We also have.
There's
Kyla.
another one.
Yeah, there's another one, and we have Kyla to do the PowerPoint on the core group benefits, which is.
So I'll read that and then turn it over to you, Kyla.
Yeah,
Does that sound
yeah,
right?
that would work.
All right, sounds good. Core group benefits. In September, the library received our 2026 medical plan renewal quote from Custom Design Benefits, CDB for short, our current medical carrier. The loss ratio, medical claims that CDB has paid to healthcare providers as compared to library premiums received by CDB, has been high and is currently 131%. Target loss ratio for CDB is 80 to 85%. Kyla will do a wonderful job explaining this better than me. The Human Resources team and Benefits Broker USI conducted medical carrier reviews of the most competitive major carriers. Each of the carriers submitted quotes and plans, which were reviewed by our benefits team. And of the quotes received, Custom Design Benefits again offered the best plan designs and the most financially feasible options. To help mitigate the increase in our medical plan renewal costs, we requested quotes from stop loss insurance, which is the most expensive component of the plan. We received 2 competitive bids, one at 0.5% and another at 13%. After careful evaluation, we selected the lower quote, resulting in an overall increase of just under 1% to our total medical plan costs. This total includes stop-loss insurance, administrative fees, and claims management. Renewal rates for our 4 coverage tiers, employee, employee plus spouse, employee plus children, and family, will vary based on factors such as tier-specific claim experience and enrollment levels. A comparison of current costs and recommended costs are outlined below in this beautiful chart that Kyla will walk us through, and all costs shown in that chart are monthly costs. It is recommended that the cost share for contributions remain the same for 2026, employee 8%, employer 92%, and the overall increase as medical benefits cost to the library is approximately $57,500. Bravo. Dental carrier reviews were also conducted to determine the best value for our staff. This year, Delta Dental provided the best value and is again the selected carrier. Our dental costs with Delta Dental will increase by approximately 8%. We recommend that the dental plan cost share remains the same, so employees at 35%, employer 65%, and all other benefit carriers and plan designs will remain the same, as all other rates were quoted at no cost increase for 2026. Benefits and open enrollment will begin on Monday, November 3rd, and will end on Friday, November 14th. Open enrollment information will be available through webinars, and our benefits team will be offering individual meetings to staff to discuss specific questions about the plan options. So our second approval today will be to approve the cost share of employee 8%, employer 92% for the medical plan, and employee 35% and employer 65% for the dental plan.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Mayor Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Harding,
Yes.
Mr. Hendon,
Yes.
Ms. Redden,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Kyla, you did so much work.
And I really appreciate the opportunity to just share a little bit about our benefits renewal and some strategies that we're using to keep our benefits rich and our costs sustainable. And I think as many of us can attest to in this room, benefits are one of the more challenging costs to contain and also one of the most critical programs that we as an employer can offer to staff. There we go. So I want to begin with just a brief summary of our 2026 renewal and the most important takeaway, what all of the hard work with negotiations has led to, and that is that we are able to maintain our ability to have a 92-8 contribution split, which means that the library can continue to cover 92% of the medical benefits costs for staff, and that staff will pay just 8% of these costs, which is a huge win and is a result of having an overall renewal increase of just under 1%, which is also great news. This is also significant because when benchmarked, our split is much more generous than our peer average, which is 72-28 contribution split. At the beginning of our renewal process, our benefits broker, USI, reached out to 17 insurance carriers to provide proposals of medical plans and associated costs that we might consider offering to our staff in 2026. Of those 17, 10 declined to bid due to uncompetitive rates, which really indicates that our current plan is so strong that over half the carriers didn't have plans that could even be in the ballpark of consideration. And after evaluating all options, we are continuing with our current carrier, Custom Design Benefits, and transitioning to a different group, Barden, for our stop-loss coverage, which is insurance that helps us to mitigate the costs of large claims. This approach results in only a very slight increase in monthly premiums, which will also be shown, or was shown in the HR report that Ms. Reynolds read. And it has no change to co-pays or plan benefits. We've worked really hard over the past years to not just go into renewals with hope and good intentions, but to also have strategies and approaches in place throughout the year that support maintaining a benefits program that is best in class for our staff and also feasible for the library to sustain. And one of these approaches has been assessing the market competitiveness of our benefits broker. Our broker truly is our partner, whose benefits expertise we rely on not only to develop benefit plan and cost containment strategies, but often for day-to-day guidance through specific employee benefits concerns as well. After assessing our needs and the market, we transitioned to USI as our benefits broker in 2021 and plan a scheduled broker review in this upcoming year in 2026 to ensure continued market competitiveness. We've also used an adaptive approach when it comes to carrier and plan designs that led us to partner with Custom Design Benefits in 2023 and introduce our current True Cost plan alongside the former HSA plan, which is the plan that we needed to sunset at the end of 2024 due to incredibly high cost increases year over year. We also conduct monthly claims review meetings with our carrier and our broker, which has been really instrumental in being able to make proactive and data-driven decisions for future renewals. Too much. And finally, I just wanted to give a visual of our benefits costs, both for employees and the library, through the past 5 years. Looking at the historical data, we can see how monthly costs have evolved for both the HSA and True Cost plans. And you can see the HSA plans are indicated in the green as employee share and in the yellow as employer share. The True Cost plan then starts in 2023 with the gray as the employee share and the purple as the employer share. Notably, high renewal increases forced us, like I mentioned before, to sunset the HSA plan at the end of 2024. The True Cost plan, which we introduced in 2023, has helped us to better manage risk and control costs, as indicated in the graph, especially within the past couple of years. We've worked really hard over these past years to keep benefits strong and costs low for staff, while also trying to achieve cost stability for the library, which really both combined are the true ultimate goal when it comes to the challenging and always interesting world of benefits. So thank you so much for giving me a few minutes, and I'm happy to answer any questions or turn it back over to Ms. Reynolds.
Well, great work all around. I know the board, provided direction.
Yes.
Let's get creative as we can to keep these costs down. So, and you did just that. So, thank you to your team and all the work that you all did.
Thank you, Mr. Harding, and we appreciate your guidance so much as well. Yeah. And
Yes, round of applause.
Yeah.
All right, couple quick for information only. Tomorrow's Leader program. We are excited to announce that the newest cohort of the Tomorrow's Leader program is officially underway, beginning with a welcome orientation and a first session featuring a meet and greet with members of the senior leadership team. This internal development initiative is a key part of our efforts to strengthen the library's leadership pipeline by identifying and preparing high potential staff for future leadership roles. Through a combination of workshops, coaching, mentoring, and practical experiences such as project leadership and job shadowing, participants will build critical competencies aligned with the library's mission and strategic priorities. The program is designed to equip emerging leaders with the skills and mindset needed to guide the library into the future. And of course, Customer Service Appreciation Week, Monday, October 6th, marked the start of National Customer Service Week, a time to celebrate those who make exceptional customer service possible. In recognition of this, the library hosted a week-long celebration honoring our staff who consistently deliver outstanding service. As an organization that values both external and internal customer service, we invited all team members to join the festivities with fun activities planned by our staff morale team. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Now I'll turn things over to Mayor Brown for the operations report.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the Operations Committee met October 6th at the main library. Myself, along with committee members, Mr. Hendon and Ms. Reynolds, were in attendance with the board chair, Mr. Harding, staff members Paula Brimheger, Kathy Bach were also in attendance. So first is Makerspace Supplies Adjustment. So following a comprehensive evaluation, we are proposing updates to the Makerspace pricing list to ensure consistency, transparency, and alignment with current usage and supply costs. These changes are designed to streamline pricing across all locations and reflect the realities of inflation, equipment upgrades, and the evolving service models. So in recent years, our Makerspace services have expanded and the need for a unified, standardized price list has become clear. The proposed pricing adjustments are based solely on the cost of supplies and do not include maintenance or service labor. See Exhibit 1, so it's a long list of the adjustments. So some items are no longer relevant or available and will be removed from the list. New equipment requires new supply categories that will be added. Inflation has impacted the cost of materials, and we anticipate that further incremental adjustments may be necessary over the coming years, and then updated prices will go into effect beginning January 2026. Next is Operation Backpack. This is fun. This summer, the library launched a partnership with Volunteers of America to support their Operation Backpack campaign. 10 library locations participated as drop-off points, encouraging both staff and community members to contribute backpacks and school supplies for children preparing to return to school. The library collected 320 backpacks and 87 boxes filled with school supplies. Backpacks and supplies were available for back-to-school events hosted by the library and through community partnerships. The remaining supplies were provided to Volunteers of America for distribution to Boys and Girls Clubs across the community. So that is a really good update. So next, library staff engagement with the science of reading and statewide literacy goals. So we continue to align early literacy efforts with Ohio's statewide focus on the science of reading and an evidence-based framework for how children learn to read. During September, the library held 2 professional development retreats specifically designed for staff working with youth. 70 staff members participated. Expert-led sessions formed the core of these retreats. Carolyn Turner, Ohio Literacy Lead from the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce, and Jennifer Nagel, reading specialist at Mount St. Joseph University, delivered presentations focused on the science of reading. Programs and events, statistical highlights. Youth, teen, and family programs at the library continue to attract high levels of engagement throughout the community. This is a good thing. In August, a total of 23,817 individuals participated in these programs, while participation increased in September with 27,021 attendees recorded as of September 28th. The library also provided support for food security by serving 5,321 meals and snacks in August. All made possible through a federally funded grant in partnership with UMC Ministries. In September, the library distributed 7,133 meals and snacks through September 29th. And then finally, we have National Chemistry Week, which is October 20th through the 26th. For 2 decades, the library has maintained a valuable partnership with the American Chemical Societies to celebrate National Chemistry Week. This year, National Chemistry Week will take place from October 20th to the 26th. As part of the celebration, hands-on chemistry demonstrations will be presented at 14 library branches by volunteers from the Cincinnati chapter of the American Chemical Society. These interactive sessions are designed to enrich STEM learning, specifically targeting children ages 6 through 12, and the featured program and events are October 15th, 16th, and 28th, which includes improv workshops with Playhouse in the Park, Westwood Branch, Walnut Hills Branch, and Blue Ash Branch, so this one. October 17th, which is Black Poetry Night with Artsville, Madisonville Branch. October 19th, Urban Appalachian Kith and Kin exhibit opening at the Hunefeld Cincinnati Story Center in the downtown main library. October 30th, the Planets in the Dean Regas Delhi Branch. November 18th, Archaeology of Ohio Valley Native Peoples with Cincinnati Museum Center in North Central Branch. And there is the exhibits, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. And Mayor, we're going to stick with you as part of our hazing here. No. That's right.
Okay.
Could you please cover the strategy report and information
Yeah.
as well? Thank you.
Okay. All right. So,
Thank you, Mayor.
all right, of course.
Welcome.
They didn't give you a heads up.
Yeah, absolutely not.
By
Absolutely
early
not. So,
26, that'll stop it.
That's right. That's right.
One more meeting.
Okay, Denison Culture Survey Staff Focus Groups. So the Denison Culture Survey conducted in January 2025 gathered insights from 507 staff members. This past July, we gathered additional feedback from 40 staff focus group participants. The survey findings in the staff focus groups report that overall, we have made much progress in improving our workplace culture in the last 4 years. This is a good report. During the focus groups, we asked staff to share their thoughts on how we can continue to enhance and better our culture. The focus groups highlighted growth areas in adaptability, mission consistency, involvement, and diversity and inclusion. Findings identified a desire for strong, proactive communication, organizational goals, and objectives awareness, empowerment, conflict resolution awareness, and training, collaboration, leadership diversity, and more professional development opportunities.
And
I
if
ran out of
could
water now.
Interject here, yeah. Please drink some water.
Yeah.
Michelle, could you walk us through kind of your process during all of this and kind of what the next step is to implementing some of these recommendations?
So so it was a team. Justin Rampa, one of our regional managers, he facilitated the focus group. So we asked staff who were interested in participating to submit their names. We were able to accommodate invite every staff member who wanted to a focus group. We had 9 focus groups during the month of July, and we divided them into three areas. So we had focus groups that were staff, because we didn't want staff to be in a focus group with their leader or with their manager. Then we had a leader group of exempt staff members, and we had manager groups. And we went through the Denison survey. Justin put together a great list of questions. We had more questions than we had time. We met for 90 minutes, and we had more questions than we had time to get through of the 4 areas of the Denison survey, which is adaptability, mission, consistency, and involvement. And then a 5th area of diversity and inclusion, which is included in their survey findings. And so so that was our process, that we used. It was a lot of data that we gathered, and these are some of the highlight areas that they want us to focus on. So our next step is really putting together a list and asking members of SOT, starting with the director's team and SOT, to look at this list and start thinking about how they can address some of the concerns and the ideas that staff brought forth. I also want to mention, overall, our staff feels very positive about where we are and where we're going, and the progress that we've made over the last 4 years. But we really pushed them to tell us, how do we continue to move forward. And we saw that in our Denison report as well. We had double-digit growth area in most areas, which is very unusual. When we met with Denison, they said anything that's over a 10-point growth is significant for someone that did a survey in the last 3 to 4 years. So making good progress. We have more progress to go. The work is never ending, but I feel good about where we are and where we're headed, and we have some. We'll be able to, as we talk about our steps for next year, to be able to start introducing some of the things we're going to be working on.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for all your work.
Board President Harding, Michelle and I, she's going to come in December she's going to do the PowerPoint. We thought maybe today wasn't the day because of the extensive, but Michelle's been really working on that, so we are going to put something together, and she'll be back in December setting the stage for 2026.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Okay. Next, Mission All In Warming Cincinnati. So once again, Turner Construction and Holden Hands, in conjunction with the library, are sponsoring Mission All In on Thursday, November 20th, 2025, at the main library from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Community members will be able to have a meal, select winter clothing, and visit community partners, including the Hamilton County 513 Relief Bus. Winter clothing is available on a first-come, first-served basis. And National Voter Registration Day. So on Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, library staff, along with volunteers from the Greater Cincinnati Voter Collaborative, GCVC for short, participated in National Voter Registration Day with a voter engagement event at Maine. Staff aided with voter registration and provided helpful resources such as mail-in ballot applications and general voter information. We also supported a voter education and registration event at Maine hosted by the Cincinnati Bar Association Women's Chapter. This event was a collaboration with the League of Women Voters, the Board of Elections, and GCVC. So adult programs and events. The Adult Programming and Events team is in the midst of a vibrant and productive fall quarter, delivering 30 in-person classes across 22 branches and 27 virtual offerings that span arts and crafts, digital literacy, financial literacy, and more. A primary focus this quarter has been the expansion of workforce development. The newly enhanced jobs webpage now integrates technology classes, a comprehensive list of community partners, and a new career-focused programming. One standout addition is Find Work, Build Skills, Free Local Job Help, a class that introduces participants to over 8 local career service providers and CHPL's job seeker databases, offered both virtually and in person. This class equips job seekers with a clear roadmap to regional resources and support. We helped launch the exhibit English Learning in Cincinnati, Past and Present, featuring oral histories from 8 ESOL students and historical artifacts. The exhibit celebrates language and culture and will be on display through 2025. We also partner with Pro Seniors to offer advocacy training for long-term care residents, including sessions qualifying for Ombudsman certification. The Teacher Collection Delivery Service returned for the new school year on September 2nd. Staff assembled collections totaling 12,773 books for 408 teachers at 62 schools. My goodness. This represents an increase from the same period last year when 11,764 books were assembled for 377 teachers at 56 schools. We have continued to grow this service as the school year progresses. As of October 1st, we have 473 teachers at 68 schools receiving monthly teacher collection deliveries. And lastly, service to Lincoln Heights community. So in September, we had the opportunity to meet with Hamilton County Commissioner Stephanie Summerall Dumas to discuss the services and outreach we provide to Lincoln Heights. This includes connecting with groups in the community to explore options for ongoing collaboration and ensuring Lincoln Heights elementary teachers are aware of our collection delivery services. And that concludes the strategy report.
Thank you, Mayor.
That was well done, sir.
That's right.
Thank you. Thanks.
It ain't the library without some reading, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I will turn things over to Ms. Redden for the Technology
I could
Committee.
give it to Mayor Brown. This is, big thank you to Holbrook Sample, who actually does all the work. Cybersecurity update. We have strengthened our online and email security by migrating our primary web domains, example chpl.org, to Cloudflare, a service that protects against cyber attacks, improves website performance, and enhances control over internet traffic. We have implemented DMARC, domain-based message authentication, reporting, and conformance to verify that emails claiming to be from our library are authentic, helping helping prevent phishing and spoofing attempts. As part of our engagement with Ohio Persistent Cyber Improvement, the Cyber Anticipation and Resilience Act, or team, CART, has begun identifying the library's mission-essential functions to safeguard critical operations in the event of a cyber attack. The work has also included staff cyber awareness training, supporting our progress in meeting House Bill 96 cybersecurity standards. Windows 11 upgrade. Over the past 18 months, we have been upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11 across more than 2,300 library devices. This is a cornerstone of efforts to strengthen cybersecurity and ensure system-wide compatibility. The upgrade is expected to be completed in November. Search Ohio relaunch. On October 27, Search Ohio will resume service following a 3-month pause for system upgrades. We will again lend materials statewide, and our customers will again be able to borrow items not available locally from participating public libraries in Ohio. Ohio Link, the academic interlibrary loan network that has been available alongside Search Ohio, is expected to return lending and borrowing services for public libraries later in 2025. Books by the Banks 2025. On Saturday, November 15th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., the main library will again host Books by the Bank. Now it's in its 18th year, the festival will feature 120 authors, discussion panels, a kids' corner, and the return of the popular Writing and Getting Published session. And that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Hendon for the Development Committee
All
report.
right, this is the Development Committee report from Stacy Dennison, Development Director. Development Office. The library hosted the 6th Mary M. S. Stern Lecture on September 30th at the Aronoff Center for the Arts with two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Nicholas Kristof. There were 2,000 attendees who were enthralled by Kristof's stories about his career and travels in journalism and international correspondence for the New York Times. Library Foundation. The library annual employee giving campaign runs September 14th through October 11th. Many thanks to Paul Bramheater's $5,000 challenge match for incentive gifts to the Library Foundation for the annual giving campaign. Significant gifts have been received from Tom Jones for Sims Township Branch Children's Area, Julie Beatty, Annette DeLagoramo, Tom Breed for anonymous donation support from the Forest Park Branch Library. Friends of the Public Library. The Friends participated in the Cincy Indie Book Crawl on October 4th through the 5th. The annual crawl results in several hundred thousand visits from the Friends Warehouse during the weekend. Anderson Township Library Association, ATLA. ATLA is hosting an annual holiday and nearly book sale, new book sale on November 6th through the 8th at Comboni Missionaries on Nagel Road. This new location is near the Anderson Branch Library. That concludes the report.
Mr. Chair, if I will, I attended the Mary S. Stern lecture. I could not believe we filled every rafter of the Aronoff. It was a remarkable evening. It was perfectly executed. Everyone, I brought the age range down a little bit, but
I can attest.
I will say
I felt young then in that crowd.
yeah, I did. But I had time in my life, and it was great. And everyone who went was like raving about it all week long. And just Stacy, as always, bravo. It was remarkable. And thanks to the Library Foundation for all they do to remind people how important the library is.
Yes.
Great work. And thanks for the books. It's nice. Appreciate it.
Thank you for those kind comments. It was great fun. He was a wonderful person and easy to work with.
And you did great. Were you nervous?
I used to get nervous, but now they're so good. He was so good. When you have somebody that's good to talk to, you're just like, I'll say something and they'll just take it. So he was wonderful.
Yeah, you were great, Paula.
Thank you.
That's awesome. All right, all we have left, I'll need a motion on the approval of the consent agenda items.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? All right, thank you. And lastly, a motion to adjourn with a voice vote. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.